I'm supposed to do my left.
Oh, you're focused. Oh, you're running around.
I'm running around.
You're balancing.
I'm balancing.
You're balancing.
I was balancing.
Oh, you were balancing. I'm moving back.
I'm moving back.
Moving forward.
I'm moving forward.
Moving forward.
I'm moving forward.
Do I keep?
Yeah.
The ropes? You're struggling.
I'm struggling.
You're struggling.
I'm struggling. I'm struggling.
You're struggling.
I'm struggling.
You're struggling.
I'm struggling.
Oh, you're balancing. Oh,
I was balancing.
not getting better.
I'm not getting better.
You're not getting better.
I'm not
You're
getting better.
oh, you're getting better.
I'm getting better.
You're getting better. You're getting
I'm
better.
getting better. Woo.
Let's see. Hey, you're getting better.
I'm getting better.
You're getting better.
I'm getting better.
You're getting better.
I'm getting
You're having
better.
fun.
I'm having fun.
You're having fun.
I'm having fun.
You're moving forward.
I'm moving forward.
You're moving forward.
I'm moving forward.
Moving forward.
Good. All right, yeah,
Okay.
you're good, okay. Good.
Someone else, or are we switching?
No, you can do someone else.
Yeah.
Next, somebody else come, yeah. I just wanna mix it up.
Yeah. Oh God, you could stay there.
You're looking at your finger.
Don't worry, don't worry. I got it. I'm under control.
You're under control.
I'm under control.
You're under control.
I'm under control.
You're under control.
Oh my
You're
God.
under
Steer
control.
me.
Breathing deeply.
Breathing deeply.
You're breathing deeply.
I'm breathing deeply.
You're under control.
I'm under control.
You're under control.
I'm under control.
You're under control. You're under control.
I'm under control.
You're
I'm under
focusing
control.
now. You're less in control. You're breathing deeply.
I'm breathing deeply.
You're centering yourself.
I'm centering myself.
You're under control.
I'm under control.
You're under
I'm
control.
control.
You are under control.
I'm under control.
I love that. You got this.
I got this.
You got this.
I got this.
You do got this.
I do got this.
You got this.
I got this.
You are calm.
I'm calm.
You are focused.
I'm focused.
You got this.
I got this.
You got this.
I got this.
You totally got
I
this.
totally got
You
this.
totally got this.
totally
You're
got this.
proud of yourself.
I'm proud of myself.
You are really proud of
I
yourself.
am really proud of myself.
You're a little shocked.
I'm a little shocked.
You are a little shocked.
I'm a little shocked.
But you got this.
I got this.
You got this.
I got this.
You're focusing on the
I'm
top.
focusing on the top.
You're focusing on the top.
Focusing on the top.
You're moving your other hand underneath the
My
top.
other hand at the
Yeah,
top.
you got this.
I got this.
You got this.
I got this.
You totally got this.
I got this.
You're pleased with yourself.
I'm pleased with myself.
You're staying in control.
I'm staying in control.
You're staying in control.
I'm staying in control.
You're breathing.
I'm breathing.
You're breathing.
I'm breathing.
Are you breathing?
I'm breathing.
You're breathing.
Good
Okay.
stuff, nice. Nicer, you know.
Good luck, Jeff.
Oh, okay, he's doing the repetition.
I do
All
not
right.
have control.
You know, I couldn't do this class without having a broomstick.
Adored broomstick.
I am preparing.
You're a little nervous.
I am more than a little nervous.
You're focused.
I am focused.
You're moving a little bit.
I am moving a little bit.
You're doing great.
I'm doing great.
You're doing great.
I'm doing great.
You're doing great.
I'm doing great.
You're staying focused.
I am staying focused.
You're staying very
I'm
focused.
staying very focused.
You're doing a great job.
I'm doing a great job.
You're moving around a little.
You are moving into like my peripheral vision.
You're moving around.
You're weirding me out back there.
Keep going, Jeff.
You're moving around.
I'm moving around.
You're still very focused.
I am very focused.
You've got your one hand out balancing yourself.
I am balancing myself with my other hand.
You're balancing yourself.
I'm balancing myself.
You're doing a great job.
I'm doing a great job.
You're doing a great job.
You're very supportive.
I am very supportive.
You are very supportive.
I'm very supportive.
You have a calming voice.
I have a calming voice.
You have a calming voice.
I have a calming voice.
Okay. now you're being silly.
I'm being silly.
You're being silly.
I'm being silly.
You're being silly.
You're doing a great job.
I'm doing a great
Good,
job.
stop, not.
I used your technique.
Our Olympic alternate here.
Look at the
One
top.
for one.
Yeah, look at
One for one.
So remember, non-dominant hand.
Yeah.
Or you're not.
Jeff, you're cheating your left hand.
You're focusing.
I'm focusing.
You're focusing.
I'm focusing.
You're focusing.
I'm focusing.
You're not looking at me.
I'm not looking at you.
You're not looking at me.
I'm not looking at you.
You're looking at a stick.
I'm looking at a stick.
You're looking at a stick.
I'm looking at a stick.
You're kind of weird.
I'm kind of weird.
You're kind of weird.
Weird.
You're moving forward.
I'm moving forward.
You're standing still.
I'm standing still.
You're standing still.
I'm
Oh,
standing still.
you're moving.
I'm moving.
You want to hit me with that.
I don't want to hit you with this.
You don't want to hit me with
I
it.
don't want to hit you here.
You want to balance it.
I want to balance it.
You want to balance it.
That's great, move on, nice, good.
I'm holding the stick.
You're balancing.
I'm balancing.
You're looking at the tip.
I'm looking at it.
You're moving backwards.
I'm moving backwards.
You're moving back and forth.
You're watching me do this.
I am watching you do this.
You're watching me do this.
I'm watching you do this.
You're watching me do this.
You're amazing.
I'm amazing.
You're amazing.
You're kind.
Amazing.
You're kind.
Thank you. I'm kind.
You're
I'm
kind.
kind.
You're kind.
I'm kind.
You're very supportive of me.
I'm supportive of you.
You're supportive.
I'm supportive of you.
You're supportive.
I'm supportive.
You're supportive.
I'm supportive.
You're supportive.
You're moving
I'm moving.
back and forth.
I am moving back and forth.
You're nodding your head.
I am nodding my head.
You're keeping your balance.
I am keeping my balance.
You're keeping it balanced.
I'm keeping my balance.
It's over a minute.
It's over a minute?
You're awesome.
Why was that the deal breaker? What? It's over a minute.
That's great.
And we got a pinch and ouch out of it too, that was just ever so lovely.
Okay.
Hey, what's up?
I love his shoes.
You're focused.
I'm focused.
You're focused.
I'm focused.
You're amused.
I'm
You're nervous.
I'm nervous.
You're nervous.
I am nervous.
You're nervous.
I'm nervous.
You're excited.
I'm excited.
You're excited.
I am excited.
You're excited.
I'm excited.
You're insecure.
I'm not as good as I think.
You're insecure.
I'm a little insecure.
You're insecure.
I'm not insecure.
You're nervous.
I'm nervous.
You're nervous.
I'm nervous.
You got it.
I know that.
Great. Who's next?
I got 3D things.
Shoulder pad.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
You're balancing.
I'm balancing, kind of.
Hi. I am. Yeah, must be.
You're focused.
I'm focused.
You're focused.
I'm focused.
You're focused.
I'm focused.
You got it.
I got it.
You got it.
I got
You got it.
You can sit over here.
it.
Kind of like it.
I'll save you.
That's right.
It's
Close. Close. Close.
it's close.
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 You think this is hilarious.
I think this is hilarious.
You think this is hilarious.
want to stay away from me.
You're balancing.
I'm balancing.
You're balancing.
I'm balancing.
Calm down.
I'm calm.
You're
I'm
calm.
calm. You heard.
Me?
Yeah.
Where did it go?
Alright.
Got on your pinky.
I got it on my pinky.
You're balancing.
I am balancing. Oh wow, I'm good at
You're
this.
balancing.
I'm balancing.
Look at the ceiling.
It's over the ceiling. Let's move over here.
You're looking over at the ceiling.
I am looking at the ceiling. Oh.
Watch it. Watch it.
I'm watching it.
Make sure it doesn't fall.
I'm like, I'm
It is, yeah.
I'm shaking.
You're shaking.
I am shaking.
You're shaking.
I'm shaking. Didn't eat much. Look,
Mikey?
Your eyes are up.
my eyes are up.
Your eyes are up.
My eyes are up.
You're moving.
I'm moving.
You're moving.
I'm moving.
You're moving.
I'm moving.
I'm watching you.
You are watching me. I'm pretty good, right?
You're pretty good.
Good. Pick me up. Oh. It's working. Wow, this is easy. This is
And
easy.
stop, good, okay. So just Mikey, it's your turn, just a reminder. Just a reminder, the just trying to do your best in this. I'm not asking for much because I'm introducing something here. So, but just a reminder, don't self-generate. Be responsible. Like, I'm enjoying this, or let your partner generate it.
Like a lizard.
Do your best with that. Mikey, flip it so that it's the other side. Yeah. So your non-dominant hand, your pinky. You're gonna
Righty
try
or
to-
lefty?
Right.
Okay, put
So
on your
left
left
hand.
pinky.
You got this, Mikey. Now, okay, so try to balance it on your left pinky. Yeah, so hold it with your right hand. Good. And bring it all the way up. Good. And then put your left hand down here, no, all the way down to the bottom. Bring your left hand all the way down to the bottom. Good. Actually, you know what? Hold your hand flat like this. Your left hand. So hold it with your right hand. Good. So put your left hand like this. Just like that. Now, put it on, no. Keep your hand like this, left hand like this. You're gonna put this there. I'm gonna let you do it on the palm. Okay? Now, you have to hold it up straight and then let go of your right so that so that you want to balance the stick on that palm. Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Who got
Come on,
it?
Mikey.
You got this, Mikey.
Okay.
So just focus on the stick, focus on balancing the stick on your hand, and that's what you have to do. It's just, so give them a few seconds of letting the stick go and trying to balance it on the palm of your hand. Right? So let it go, Mikey, and see what
You
happens.
got it, Mikey.
You got it.
You are focused.
I'm focused.
That's right, you got it.
I'm focused.
You are looking at the stick.
I'm looking at the stick.
You
So
are looking at the stick.
don't grab it, just let it
Don't
go.
be afraid. I'll catch it. Don't be afraid.
That's
I
right.
It's okay.
You are looking at the stick.
I'm looking at the stick.
Hold it, hold your palm out, try to balance it on your palm. There you go. And get it up nice and straight so it's not leaning over. Good. You got this.
You are letting go.
Letting go.
You are letting go.
Letting go.
You are looking at the stick.
I'm looking at the stick.
You are looking at the stick.
I'm looking at the stick.
You are letting go.
I'm letting go.
You believe in this.
I believe in this.
You believe in
I
this.
believe in this.
Look at the
You
stick.
are looking at the stick.
I'm looking at the stick.
You are letting go.
I'm letting go.
You are the stick.
I am the stick.
You are the stick.
I am the stick.
You
are the stick.
I am the stick.
You are the
Balance
stick.
the stick on your palm now, Mikey.
I'm balancing the stick on my palm.
There you
You
go.
are balancing it in your palm.
I'm
Let it
balancing
go.
on my palm.
Let it
You
go.
are opening your left hand. You are opening your right hand.
I'm opening my right hand.
You're letting go of the stick.
You are looking at the stick,
I'm looking at the stick.
and you are letting go of the stick.
I'm letting go of the stick.
You are the stick.
I am the stick.
You are the stick.
I am the stick.
You're gonna take your hand away from the stick. Your right hand away.
Good job.
All right, so let's try it again. It's hard, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
called a difficult task. Yeah, or really, better name of it is the impossible task. Okay, so let's try it again. Good, you're getting there, yeah. So you're gonna try to balance that in the palm of your hand. And try to open the palm of your left hand and see if it's going to balance on there. There you go. Oh, good. It's okay if it falls. Very good.
You trust your hand.
I trust my hand.
You trust your
I
hand.
trust my hand.
Your hand is holding the stick.
My hand is holding the stick.
The stick is in your hand.
The stick is in my hand.
You are looking at the stick.
I'm looking at the stick.
You are looking at the stick.
I'm looking at the stick.
You are letting go of the stick.
I'm letting go of the stick.
You are balancing the stick. You are balancing the stick.
Yay, good, good. Good. So, all right.
Now,
Who is not, oh, Mike, oh, yeah. Mike,
Yes.
who is not done?
I haven't done that other
All right.
part.
So non-dominant hand. All right, lovely.
We'll be watching you in the future. You're concentrating.
I'm concentrating.
You're doing well.
You're helping.
I'm helping.
Thank you.
You're doing well. You're
I'm
looking at the
doing well.
stick.
I'm looking at the stick.
You're very concentrating.
I'm very concentrated.
You're focused.
I'm focused.
You're walking.
I'm walking.
You're walking.
You're very descriptive.
I'm descriptive.
Oh, damn.
You're kind of jumping around like you're dancing.
Kind of flip around.
You're doing it.
Doing it.
Ah.
You stop talking.
You're focused.
I'm focused.
You're focused.
I'm focused.
You're concentrating. You're concentrating.
Concentrating.
You're concentrating.
You're just standing there.
I'm just standing here. You're doing it.
Doing it.
You're doing it.
I'm doing it.
You're proud of yourself.
Proud of myself.
You're proud of yourself.
Proud of myself.
You're proud
Proud
of
of
yourself.
myself.
You're doing it.
Doing it.
You're happy.
I'm very active.
You're. You're proud.
Proud.
You're proud.
Proud.
You're proud.
Proud.
You're nervous.
Good, good. Good. Has everybody done the stick? Anything with the stick? Great. Put this back.
Your turn.
I know. So, this is called the impossible task. It's the introduction of the impossible task. And any questions on, or any comments on what what you just did?
I have a question.
Yeah.
What's the thing you were saying about the
Self-generating.
yeah, what's self-generate? You can't start a statement with I?
You can start a statement with I, you just can't, because if someone says you, then you would respond with I, but you can't say, so if someone said you're shaking, you can't come back to them and say, I'm nervous, you can't clarify it. So I just call it self-generating, maybe that there's a different term for it, it's just that's what came into my head first.
Oh, so it's not about the language, it's about don't clarify.
Yes,
I see.
yes,
I see.
because
Okay. Sorry.
you're manipulating versus, not you, Mandy, but the person who's up there is manipulating the relationship or whatever's happening.
I see. Okay.
Now, that could come later, but it's not now, right? So notice how the repetition, again, the repetition worked. It's much more smoother now when we're doing the impossible task. So what do you think, what else did you get from this fun activity?
You're focused on something else, like, so it almost is like repeating is also helping you to focus on accomplishing this goal.
Oh, very good, yeah,
I
yeah.
think it like forces you to be present.
Right.
It's harder to listen when you're to the person standing next to you when you're focused on something else.
I think it subordinates your first thought.
Yeah, exactly.
It subordinates the first thought, like the control thought, it subordinates that because your focus is on it. So
Yeah,
the only thing you're doing is focus on that, focus on the words, focus on that, focus.
right, good,
Yeah.
good. Some people, it was easier than for others, right? But it still was difficult, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
So it's the beginning of this process, and let me just make sure I know what time. Anybody know what time it is?
So most.
Is it
3:20.
3:20. Great. So this is the beginning of what's called the impossible task. Now, what is important here is what that is it's a task that in this part of Meisner that we bring in, that we generate, we meaning each one of you individually. And then we, as a group, like we've been doing, do a working off. But we do the working off along with the door. So the door comes into play and the impossible task comes into play. Now, so there are a lot of things that are happening, and that's the reason why that's the reason why the door is so important. Is what? Anyone else?
I'm just imagining a class where someone's balancing the stick, answering a door like, hey, what's up?
I know, exactly. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? So the thing about the impossible task, and the reason why I'm introducing it now, is this is where this class is going. It's into the land of impossible tasks, right? And that is, an impossible task is something that you've created that is very difficult for you. It's not impossible. Learning how to balance a stick on your non-dominant hand, pinky finger of your non-dominant hand, is not absolutely impossible, but at this stage, it's very difficult, right? So if we think about, oh gee, I need to generate an impossible task for ourselves, what would that look like? So we're going to get to that in a second, okay? What would an impossible task look like? The impossible task is, I'm going to give you a few parameters. So as you're putting together your impossible task, the impossible task is, at this point, physical in nature. So it's physical in nature, like this is physical. It is a physical task that is difficult to do. Other examples are if you don't know how to do origami, doing origami and following those directions. It is, let's see, learning how to knit. I actually brought that into one of my classes one time, and they just about had my head. What? You know, but I will, when I'm here, when we're doing this, just in case people are confused, I will have activities that are difficult to do so that you'll have a choice on, oh, that's how you do that. You know, okay, I get it. It is, so knitting, how many of you know how to knit? Okay, so
It's been a
reading
long, long
directions
time.
or casting on would be maybe easy for you. For me, it's easy, but I still have to look things up, right? But for the rest of you, you'd look at me, if I gave you directions, like, I have no idea. So the impossible task is something difficult. It's a physical thing. It is not something that is, how do I explain this? That is cerebral in nature. So for example, if you are a writer and you're writing a book or a script or something, and you've got to get through a certain scene, that is not a good example of a difficult task, because we cannot see you do it. And we cannot visually see the accomplishment. We need, meaning the audience and I, need to see what the result would be and how you're starting. And another example, good example of an impossible / difficult task is for women, you know, when you see a jewelry drawer that is, you have all these chains that are all knotted up together like, and you have no idea how you're gonna get them apart. That is an impossible task. Now, it's simple. It can be a simple thing, but not simple for you to do. A bad example of that would be that someone brought into class one time is sorting buttons. Seriously, I had someone come in, she has a big jar, and she was sorting them into a big container, like whatever. And I thought that is not a difficult task for anyone above the age of 5. Okay? Well, shapes like in colors and stuff like, come on. So and that is not difficult. Painting by number, not a difficult task. Okay? But what would be a difficult task would be if, let's say, you wanted to put glue back together a China coffee pot that broke. That's physically difficult and demanding. Now, if the handle has come off, that is not. But if it's in, 15 pieces, it is. A jigsaw puzzle is not physically demanding, even though it is, right? It's kind of one of those things where you're kind of really pushing it, right? Yes?
What about like 100 push-ups?
No, because I can't see what the result is. We wouldn't be able to see. If you came up here and, unless, now here's the trick, unless it was 100 push-ups or 50 push-ups or 20 push-ups, and it was a new workout routine, and you had to do something like some sort of contorted something, like you had to do something. So for example, I had one time, this was a good impossible task. There was a gentleman who brought in what looked like a skateboard, and then he brought in some sort of ball, right? That was higher, so imagine a skateboard without the skates on it, right? And he had a ball, and he then put 2 chairs side and side, and he put chair and chair, and he put the board on top of the ball, and he stepped on the ball, and he had to balance and let go. Now, he was an elderly man.
Oh my.
And when because I'm going to ask you about it, how did you set this up, et cetera, et cetera. I'm going to get to the rest of this because it's just one part of this. And he said, well, I set it up because, this is something that I have to do. My doctor has assigned me to do it. I went, okay. I could see how it's a difficult task. So you see the difference, right? If it's something that's easy for you, don't do it.
What if it's not easy, but you've done it before? Like, should it be something you've never done? Okay, like I'm just guessing a Rubik's Cube.
A Rubik's Cube is great.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great. Now, what we don't want to do at this point, now the difficult task, I want to give you another portion of this, but what we don't want to do is add any kind of time element. I must do this in X amount of time. So we're not putting that into the mix right now. All we're doing is finding the difficult task. The other part of this is having a reason that you've given yourself to do this task. Why am I doing this task? Now, you don't at this point have to, dig tremendously deep. I just want it to be a simple reason that is personal and real to you. So, that's another concept that I'm adding. So we're gonna have the door, we're gonna have the physical impossible task, and now we have a reason for doing the impossible task, right? When we set up the impossible tasks, so we're gonna be doing these right now, it's fairly simple. The reason could be, why would we do the stick? Why would we try to figure out, like juggling is good impossible task, learning how to juggle. And maybe if you had a little video showing you how to juggle.
Oh, so we can bring instructions to learn from.
Yes,
Gotcha.
you can bring instructions, absolutely. So
we can't practice this at home. We have to
do not, thank you, that's a very good
think
question.
of this thing and then do it first.
Do not practice. I want you to potentially fail. I do. And so by practicing means you get better. I don't want it to be good. I want it to be sloppy. I don't want it intentionally to be sloppy. I want you to set up your activity and then bring all the components with you and then do it here. Make sure that you have the correct instructions. And it should take you much longer than your time allotted to do it, right? Don't bring anything messy like, I'm gonna ice a cake.
No,
Don't do that. Just, I'm gonna,
bring a little easy bake oven.
right, don't do that. So what we're getting into as well is personalization. Not a lot of it, we're just hinting on it right now. So if we look at this stick, why would we be trying to figure out how to, like practicing balancing the stick on your finger? What would be a good reason?
Oh, I
Go ahead.
Because I had to beat my brother in the field day competition at Thanksgiving this year.
Perfect, that's really good. See? What we want to start doing, what we're introducing now, is using our imagination and basing it in truth, right? So, just like we talked about.
Yeah.
So, that's great, that's a great idea. Does she know whether she's gonna, what's the reality there? Does she have a brother? Yeah. Would they be doing that at Thanksgiving? I don't know, maybe not, doubtful, but I don't know. Do they have these contests at Thanksgiving? Maybe, is there a family tradition? There might be, or there might not be. Okay, but the main element is that there is a truthful component to the establishment of the activity, the impossible task. There has to be. So what do we do? Another reason why we want to do this.
Therapy to strengthen your tendon after surgery.
Oh, good. Oh, that's great. Anyone else?
You're a witch.
You're a witch?
And you need to practice your broom skills.
Well, that's funny. How can we personalize that just a little bit? Give it a little bit of personalization.
You're a witch.
That is funny, but
Well, I don't know, because I spoke out of turn.
no, it's funny. I mean, I don't want to discourage speaking out of turn.
No,
so-
I know.
Oh, maybe
With-
you're a witch in a theater show.
Yes.
Okay,
Boom.
that's a
Booyah.
better one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now notice the difference. That's perfect, Randy, because notice the difference now. Now you can accept it. Now you're sitting there going, oh yeah, I can totally justify that. Yeah. Booyah. So it's got, it carries a weight to it. It carries a responsibility to it. It makes it more valid, right?
Yeah, more truthful. When you said that, like when I was doing it, and when you said, okay, there's a really important reason that you have to do this, I didn't think of one. All I thought is, I have to do this. Like, so that kind of like, it didn't become a why, it just became a, I have to, like, I don't know, like I guess that, because you told me to.
Exactly, that's perfect. That was perfect for this situation, that was great. And so the next, like next week, when you're bringing in your impossible tasks, now you'll have a simple reason why you are bringing it in. But this is good. All I'm trying to do right now, that is really good. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for even saying that. This is a guide, like using the stick right now and coming up with ideas about the stick helps you, balancing the stick on your finger, helps you to, wrap your mind around, how to generate a reason, based in truthful reason why you'd be bringing it in.
Yeah.
If you find if you find you come up with a really great one, like let's say the witch, always ask yourself, well, wait a second, do I believe in it? Like, is that truthful to me? I mean, would I buy into that? Would I truly buy into it? Would usually buy into it because I'm going to ask you about it. Would anyone else in the class buy into it? Right? And then if not, keep on searching with that first gut reaction. Because usually if you dig a little deeper, like what Mandy did, Mandy helped you.
Yes.
Like, oh yeah, wait, boom.
Yes.
And it stands, it's rational, it's rational to me. Because I go, oh my gosh, you're in the middle of a play right now.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
That stands right. And you've got to make this happen because that's important to you.
Yeah, very believable.
Now, in this case, it can be something that is important to you or to someone else. This someone else could be someone that you love, something that's important to you. Now, what we are avoiding is anything for monetary gain. So for example, I'm trying to do this because I'm trying to balance the stick, not because I want to beat my brother, but I want to win the $10,000 contest on, who can balance the stick longer on what that brings you, that leads you nowhere. There's no passion, there's no compassion, there's no, okay, what does money get you?
Right.
All right, money gets you maybe a new car, maybe,
Happiness.
some happiness,
But-
but it's not happiness,
Could you angle it so that you can, whatever you're going to use the money for, if it's important to you, like
If
pay off a
it's-
debt so I can finally relieve the stress and all that?
So paying off the debts, no, but if it was, this is for